Firing up, getting ready to go live. Is the Philippines your heaven or your hell, or neither? That's what the topic is for today. Touch of heaven. Morning, Charmaine, Anna Mae Reyes, Menelau Liz, Melanie is in the house, Mike, married to a beautiful woman, good morning, Ate, Minnie, and Dan, good morning to Mike and his beautiful woman. Madeline is here. Good morning, good morning, good morning, wherever you may be in the world. It is Monday morning here in the Philippines. Sunday evening if you're in the States. I believe. I get all mixed up. I don't live there no more. 8 million people in the house. Get your friends here. We're going to give away 300 pesos today. Larice is here. Larice, welcome, welcome. Charmaine. 9 million people in the house. Get your friends here. Larry Lee is in the house. We're going to be giving away 300 pesos today, sometime during the show. You need money, right? Tobias is here. Yes, from the Sunset Studios in beautiful Hollywood, California. This is Dan and Minnie's Journey, coming to you live. Oh, here he is. Handsome W. All right, how is everybody today? Good morning from the Philippines. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. So today we're going to talk about, is Philippines your heaven or your hell? Is it what you make of it? That's the question. If you're an expat, what does it mean to you? Because to me, it could mean either one. But so far, it's been heaven more than it has been hell. As a matter of fact, I haven't experienced any hellish experiences here so far. So have I just been lucky? That's the thing. Tim Desiak is in the house. A, B, C, M, and. All right. So, but before we do that, right, I like this little toy. It didn't get much play, but didn't get that many views, but I just wanted to show you. We could talk about heaven and hell in a minute, but take a look at this. And so now we found this in the gadget store the other day, and I loved it. This thing is USB chargeable, right? See right there, has a USB port. And then it has sensors in it, so it doesn't come crashing down and crash and burn. But we have crashed it a couple times. So I want to show you this. Look how it gears up. It actually fires up and then gains momentum before it launches. Watch this. Watch this. Okay. Oh, dang. You feel it. It's blowing things off to death. All right, I'm going to let him go. I don't know. I hope Man Mini can collect them up once he flies away. All right, I love this toy, folks. Whoa, there he goes. Oh, dang. Oh, crashed into Man Mini. I am so sorry, Man Mini. I did not mean for it to crash. It hit her in the side of the head. Oh, my God. Are you okay, honey? Oh, she's bleeding. She's bleeding from the eyes.
What am I talking about? It's hard for me.
Anyway, all right, she survived it. That was kind of funny. All right, so we got that out of the way. So, hey, listen, you want one of those? They're available in any toy store in Cologne. So, listen, we ended up in Cologne the other day. We ended up in Metro Cologne and the Carbon Market, and it was fun. It was fun. We ended up there by mistake, and how it happened was we were going to try and take the white bus. That's not a Jeep. We're taking a white bus down to um, Robinson's Galleria because I wanted to see if we could walk from there over to Magellan's Cross. I don't know how far it is. Really, I don't know. I don't know if it's even possible. Yeah, we're gonna have to give out to a mini helmet for her own safety. So anyway, so she goes up and she said, and she goes up to a Jeep and says, are you going to Robinson's? See, mistake number one is there are a million Robinson's department stores all over the place. So you can't just say, are you going to Robinson's? You got to say, are you going to the Galleria? See, because that's giving them the whole story. But the Jeep driver, he says, yeah, I'm going that way. Hop on. And so I'm kind of like, wait. I thought only the white bus goes down to the Galleria from here. Thought we're looking for a white bus that's going to drop us off in front. And then, but I get on like a doofus, a doofy. I get on there. I'm following along. Mammy must know what she's doing, right? Wrong. She doesn't. And so, of course, most of you have guessed that we go through Mango. As soon as we turn the corner, right, and I see we're headed towards Mango, I said, ma'am, Minnie, did you tell me we wanted to go to the Galleria? We're headed over to Fuente Circle. We're headed over to Robinson's Fuente. And so she goes, huh? What? I go, yeah. Only the white bus from here where we're at goes down to the Galleria. I thought you knew some kind of a secret, right? But anyway, I said, let's just see where it takes us because we can go on another adventure, right? We'll just shift gears just like the jeepney driver does, and we'll just head over to wherever it ends up. And so it goes around the circle, blah, 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 goes up and down the street through neighborhoods I've never seen before. And bam, we end up in Metro Cologne. So I kind of recognize it right away, me being a world traveler and all, and me being in the neighborhood several times before. I say, oh, I know where we're at. And so we get off the Jeep, and then we just do a little bit of a walking tour. So we're gonna make that into a video. And then we were able, by using the GPS on my phone, we were able to get back home after spending a couple hours in that area and having a really good time at the market, hanging around, watching the people, welcoming them to my vlog. You know how it is. People were like, oh, I seem to be the only foreigner there on a Sunday. Billy's in the house. Billy, what is going on, Billy? Haven't seen you in a while. Nice to see you. All right, so what are we doing? All right, so I got the cold, of course, I had cold. And I've been starting to think about that. Been starting to think that perhaps, could it be related to the air conditioning in the apartment, in the condo, in the room? And that's because I'm using Beauty Cam. They have a Beauty Cam feature now on StreamYard. I didn't know if you knew that or not, Billy. They have a Beauty Cam feature. So they kind of cover up all the imperfections. I don't know how they do that. It's a miracle of technology. But anyway, so I was telling Mammy, I don't think that it has anything to do with the AC, but we'll check it out. We'll check the filters out. And they were fine. They were a little dusty, but there's nothing in there. There's no mold growing in there, but I have been getting way too many colds. Now, I know from talking to people that it's cold season in the Philippines. And so now here's the problem, right? You can't exactly, Tobias, you know this, you can't exactly go to the store and say, excuse me, buy NyQuil over the counter. Number one, even if they did have NyQuil here, it would be very, very expensive in order to buy. And so what they do is they sell you pills, right? They sell them to you one at a time. How many of these cold tablets do you need? And how about a dozen? How about 2 dozen? I mean, well, you're a handsome looking guy anyway, Larry Lee. So you may not need use of the beauty cam. In the case of Dan, I need all the help I can get. Do you sit or sleep near the AC unit? Well, that's the problem. The problem is that the AC unit, I noticed for the first time, it's horrible of me, Mike, because I said I should have checked this out. It's hitting me right in the face where I sleep. And so the air is hitting me directly in the face when I sleep. And so I got up last night when I realized this, I turned it off. Like I said, we cleaned the filters out just to make sure. There was some dust in there, I'm not going to lie. There was no sign of mold in there, but I do sit and sleep both near the AC unit. It's impossible not to because it's a big ass AC unit. Big ass AC unit. Did I say that okay? And it's a small studio apartment, a small studio room. Dan, you wanted my opinion on something the other day, but I wasn't here. I can't remember what it was. Oh, age gap relationships. Yeah, but what's yours, by the way? Since you brought it up, what is your age gap between you and your intended? We're going to do that today. That's a great suggestion. Man, Minnie, Mike says turn up vents so that they point towards the ceiling. And that's what we'll be doing right after this live. I don't want Man Minnie climbing up there on the chair because I don't want her to get hurt. We got things to do today. But anyway, all right, so let's talk about this medicine, though. Let's talk about the medicine thing for a moment. Just a moment. So they don't have NyQuil here. What do they have here, you ask? And they sell them one pill at a time. Why did they do that, you ask? Because people can't really afford to buy. They can only buy a couple of pills at a time. They can't really afford to purchase, like we do in the States, very large quantities of, useless cold medicine. It's not really useless, though. Okay, so in the Philippines, they have over-the-counter. I looked this up because I have to go buy some today. I have to go reload, right? What type of over-the-counter cough and cold medicines are available for adults in the Philippines? That's what we're going to start talking about today. Now, the Filipinas in the house, they know what type. But I just want to validate that this article here that I found is correct. Daisy Lynn Castro is in the house. Crystal's Adventure is here. Best cough and cold over-the-counter medicines for adults. And what I noticed is when you go to the pharmacy, you have to be very specific. If they don't have the brand that you're looking for, just walk away and head out to another pharmacy, right? Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, and the NyQuil. Woo. September 15th, be looking forward to seeing you, Toby. It's okay to call you Toby, by the way. I noticed that what's her name was calling you Toby. You know what? I like her. She's very, very sharp. She's sharp. What's her name? Yumi. She's very, very sharp. Very intelligent young lady. Very witty. Menge is here. All right. So the singer Daisy Lynn is in the house. That's absolutely right. Sings like a bird, Mike. You know that. All right, so now Neozep Forte is number 1 on the list. D-Colgene Forte is number 2. Biogesic, number 3. Now, folks, listen. I was going to say, you can find most of the stuff by just simply going into the Rose Pharmacy or generic drugs. They have this stuff. But here's the thing, right? If they don't have it, just walk away and go next door to the next pharmacy. You got 4 or 5 or 6 in a row over here in Cebu. You just leave the pharmacy, go to the next one. Don't accept well, I just said generic pharmacy, and now I'm going to tell you, don't accept the generic brand unless you've done your research on it and you know for sure that that's the generic match for the drug that you're looking for. And so over the counter, they'll hand you anything and they'll say, this works, this works, this works. So I've tried it. They don't work. Some of the generic stuff does not work as good as the Biogesic. Vicks Vapor Rub, just like in the States, just like back home, as Dan likes to say. Parasaf, Sescol, Simdex D, Decolgen No Drowse, Safroxyl, Tempra Forte, Ascof Forte. And for kids, Robitussin DM, which we all know and love, but I've never seen Robitussin in the store. Trickster is here. Thank you, Trickster. Appreciate it. Tobias says, Dan, I will tell you my real name when we meet. Toby is fine. This is my online persona. I'm a private person. I gotcha. Wink, wink. All right. Cool Fever Kids. That's not Cool Aid for kids, is it? They trick them into drinking a sweet drink with sugar. Allerkid comes in 5 milligram or 5 milliliter. Ascof Poncan. So, you have to get used to all this stuff. Neozep Forte, Decolgen Forte, Biogesic, which is very popular, Vicks, Parasaf, Sescol, Simdex D, Decolgen No Drowse, Safroxyl, Tempra Forte, Ascof Forte. So there you have it. So when you're in the Philippines, my drug of choice, of course, is going to be what everybody else uses, and that's going to be the Biogesic. But it makes me sleepy, and then I take a couple of those, I want to fall asleep right away. So I've been sleeping a lot after taking those drugs, but I'm out for right now. Meds for cough. I only drink leaves. Okay, so give me something. So I've been drinking ginger, lemon, ginger tea with lime, ginger tea with honey, ginger tea with lemon and honey, with real lemons, not calamansi. By the way, you want to get rich, go into the calamansi business. You heard it here first from Dan. Ask for lozenges. They look like you have 2 heads. Okay, hey, we do have lozenges for cough. And so I have been using lozenges for cough. But anyway, the thing that I worry about is I have my snot rag. I'm sure you guys don't want to see it. I have my snot rag close by. And so if I turn off the cam for a second or two, it's because I'm using my snot rag. What did I say? Get your friends here. We have 11 million in the house. We're going to be pulling a 300 peso winner today. And I made sure I went down to the 7-Eleven and I loaded up my Gcash to make sure I had 300 pesos to give away today. So, okay, so we've gone through that list. All right, and I want to back clean up on a few other things, right? So now, some of you noticed that my American products available in the Philippine video, it did okay. It did better than most of the others, right? What American product brands are popular here in the Philippines? And then I found, listen, I'm a wealth of information. I do the research, so you don't have to. Tim is saying I use Biogesic, BioFlu, and Neozep. So that's what I'm going for, Tim. That's ask for lozenges, okay? We're going to do we have any more lozenges, son, hanging around? No, we're out. We're out of everything. And so we have to go to the pharmacy. We have to hit that up before we do any other thing. So today, I'm not sure what we're doing. We're either going to go down to Magellan's Cross because we haven't been down there, and we'll shoot some footage, or we're going to go buy those. We're going to go buy Ava or Philippine Airlines. We're going to find out where we could get our best deal for the flight back to the USA. Now, while I've been here twiddling my thumbs, waiting for the best price, of course, the price keeps going up because the longer you wait, the sooner in advance you purchase the airline ticket, the cheaper it most likely will be. But unfortunately, I have waited too long, and now it may push out me having to go instead of the 1st of October back to the States. We may have to push it back further and not return back until the end of October or the beginning of November. And December is absolutely out because December is travel season for Christmas in the Philippines, and the rates double and triple. Mark is in the house. Hi, Mark. What are you doing today? Got any motorbikes to work on? Get any cars to rebuild and fix? Tim is saying, Dan, take it every 4 hours. It would take about a day. Okay. We'll take about a day. All right. I'm going to take your word for it. We're headed across the street to the Rose Pharmacy once we're all done here. All right. So now let's see. I wanted to clean up on these American products. I wanted to let you know what this article says is available. Let's see. The article is can be found where? Let's see. Where's the article? Is it Yahoo? No, your Pinoy team. June 22nd, 2020. So is the date of this. The title of the article, Why Do Filipinos Love American Products? But instead of reading this article, I'm just going to go down and talk about, we're just going to talk about what those products are that Filipinos love. Okay, number one. Now, Minnie, she brought back tons of green soap. Irish Spring, I think they call it. Tons of it from the US over here to the Philippines. I mean, tons of soap, green soap. And it went just like that. When people got the green soap, they had great big smiles on their face. And I have no idea why that green soap is so popular. But, so here's what happened. We ran out of the green soap, gave it all away. And so I got a little irritated. I was telling my Minnie, where's the green soap? Mike is saying I bring enough medicine for a year. Vitamins, cold, allergy. Yeah, I've learned my lesson on that, Mike. And so what we'll be doing when we go back in October and November, we'll be filling up at least one Balik Bayan box with all this stuff and then sending it LBC. And then I'm going to black market the stuff. Then I'll black market NyQuil and stuff like that. Dan, you have any NyQuil? Yes. As a matter of fact, I do. That'll be $14.95. I'm going to make money and get richer. Yeah, but here's what I found out. People love the fragrance of Irish Spring, but I went to the store to get some Irish Spring and discovered that the Irish Spring that they sell here is not the same as the Irish Spring that you bring from the States. And I can't figure out why. Why would you make an Irish Spring soap for Asia different than an Irish Spring soap that you would make for the States? I just don't get that. Go to the dollar store and get brand name medicine there. That's probably what I'll do. I probably will do that because that is my MO. That is my modus. That's the way I operate. That's the way we roll. Okay, so let's talk about what these popular items are, and then you can give me the green light or the red light. Say, no, that's not true, Dan. No, yes, that's true. So it says number one, Dove soap. When someone mentions the brand Dove to Filipinos, the first thing that comes to mind is its fragrant soap. I never thought of Dove soap as being fragrant. Safeguard soap. Safeguard is my go-to here in the Philippines because you can get all kind of different soap. You can get the whitener, you can get the charcoal, you can get the anti-pimple soap. You can get all the different kind of Safeguard soap. In the U.S., we've got one. The one here, clean using this soap. That's it, right? We don't have whitener and, stuff that makes the horns on your head go away and stuff like that. So why Safeguard soap? It's the soap that gives Dove a run for its money. When we Filipinos say Safeguard, we refer to the stiff body soap. It's available in 60-gram plastic packs. at Sorry Sorry stores and box versions at supermarkets. Okay, that was number 2. Number 3 is not going to be a shock or surprise to anyone, and that is Colgate. Colgate toothpaste. Now, again, I've discovered since living here that this stuff is not the same. It's not the same as the soap that is available to us in the West. I have no idea why. It just does not see, it just isn't the same. So you probably can call the manufacturer up and they're going to say, Dan, don't be ridiculous. It's exactly the same formula. And I'm telling you, I would swear on a stack of Bibles for what that is worth, that it is not true, that it's different. But it's Colgate. Colgate with the USA label on it is money in the Philippines. Crystals is saying, I go for Safeguard Lemon. Mike is saying, I sent to my Asawa many different soaps. When I got there, she'd given it all away. Yeah, that's what I mean. And then all of a sudden you go, hey, you got to send me some more soap. I used it all. Where's the soap that, yeah, I gave it all away. You know, I left none for myself. Well, it's hard to say no. See, the problem is when they see it on the shelf, if they discover it, it's hard to say, yeah, and they ask for it. It's hard to say no to someone. James is here. James, how's it going? All right. Now this one was puzzling. I don't know. Oh, they're talking about, oh, I see. They're talking about Vaseline. They're talking about Vaseline shampoo. Vaseline is all about shampoo. Forget the lotion or petroleum jelly. Vaseline entered the Filipino market with its budget-friendly shampoo. These shampoos are divided into 4 segments that resemble 4 washes. Okay, the number 5 American brand is McDonald's. And I know that for a fact because I was there this morning. I was there at Mickey D's because they have the best cup of coffee in this whole dang neighborhood. And I think we get spoiled. You know, in the States, you kind of go, you drink the McDonald's coffee in the States, you kind of go, plah. You drink it here in the Philippines, and you are like, whoa, man, that coffee is delicious, because you get tired of drinking the native coffee because they just, you know, they need some work on roasting the beans. Sometimes they burn the beans. The burnt beans, they don't throw out. They make a pot of coffee for you with it, right? Pumpkin Joe is here. Pumpkin Joe is saying there are some foods and products sold in the U.S. that aren't allowed in other countries because of the chemicals that are in them. That's absolutely true. But if you order through, you know what I try and do is I try and order it through Amazon first. Amazon is the way you find out if something is restricted. It's either going to be restricted because of its chemical content, or it's going to be restricted because of other reasons. It's on the list of things that you can't import due to they put a high tariff on it. And so on that kind of stuff where they don't have an agreement with Amazon to import it, they don't offer it for sale when they find out it's going to the Philippines. So I have 2 accounts. I go in there and I say, is this the US Dan buying or is this the Philippine Dan buying? And then once I designate my address, all the products that are available for sale to the Philippines come up in Amazon. Ketchup in Canada, Mike says, has less ingredients than the USA for ketchup. Heinz ketchup, 3 ingredients in the USA and 13 ingredients. Yeah, it always bugs me, especially the chocolate bothers me the most. When you go in there and you see the Hershey's brand on the shelf, right? And then you end up what? You end up eating it and then you look at the label and it says made in Malaysia. It is not the same. It does not taste the same at all. Pumpkin Joe, hi. Hi, Joe. What do you know? Pumpkin Joe says, I just learned about McDonald's fries, which I love, but after seeing the type of potato and toxicity of the process, I'm done with them. Great. Thanks for letting us know, because we had a large fry this morning with our coffee. Tim is saying they don't use plastic seal with the bottle caps. That's why soft drinks go flat much faster. There's nothing worse than flat soft drinks. I'm going to reach down here because I want to show you something that happened that's related to this topic. All right. You won't be surprised. But anyway, like I said, Dan does the research so you don't have to, right? Bulk supplements. This came out of Las Vegas. So this came out of the Amazon Procurement Center in Las Vegas. Pure bulk supplements. All right, now what this is people are going to laugh probably when they see it. Actually, I'm not sure that you would laugh. I think that you would congratulate me when you realize what happened here, but white willow bark extract. Why did I have to do this? Who has a guess as to why I had to do this? Why did I have to order the white willow bark extract? How many guesses? So Pumpkin Joe says, sorry, but I know they still taste good. There's nothing like a McDonald's fries. They taste the same here in the Philippines as they do in the West. And, I know they can ruin your day. They could probably take 10 years off your life. But hey, moving to the Philippines is heaven. It added 10 years onto my life, so I'm even. I'm back to even. So there you go. Does anybody know why I had to order the white willow bark extract? I'm sure somebody in here knows. In the meanwhile, while you're working on guessing, no, it's not because Tim's cracking me up. Tim, I'm eating oatmeal in the morning now also. So I get a cup of oatmeal first thing in the morning. Because you feel old already. Don't put the pop in the refrigerator after you pop the bottle open. No, it's none of those reasons so far. I used to live in Vancouver, North Van and West Van. I love Stamp Landing in English Bay, and we used to get it if anyone is going to jump off Lionsgate Bridge. All right, so because no willow trees in the Philippines. Yes, but what do you use willow bark for? White willow bark for? That's the question. All right, American shoe brands are popular according to this article. So Nike, Adidas, you can't even walk half a block in any direction. You're going to run into the Adidas shoe store. Yes, crystals. It's a pain reliever. It's for inflammation. And so if you have this with green tea, all you have to do is take 1/5 a teaspoon of willow bark. Crystals, I know you know this. And you mix it in with your green tea and a little bit of lemon. You are set for the day. You are set for the day. You won't have any problems with pain, arthritis, headache. It all goes away like magic. Now, why? Why this stuff? Because I could not import aspirin. That's why. But this is just salicylic acid. That's all this is. And so I could take salicylic acid. I have some here. If I knew how much salicylic acid I could mix my own potion and not have to resort to the willow bark. So when you go into Amazon and you order aspirin, this is what pops up when using your Filipino address. White willow bark extract. And you have it in your tea. You mean your ankle is aching now? Yeah, after walking so much. Exactly. Steve Turner is here. What's going on, Stephen Turner? Mike says I'm out of Ottawa, the other side of the country. I heard the Nike are knockoffs there in the malls. I'm not sure. If you go to the Nike store, you're going to get Nikes. I mean, if Nike is selling knockoffs, that would piss me off, but if you go to Ayala Mall, you're going to go into the Nike store, you're going to get Nikes. They're going to be the branded, authorized dealer brand Nikes. And so knockoffs you're going to find in all the other stores. If you don't have Nike on the front of the store, if it don't say Nike up there, then it ain't Nike. Same with Coach. Coach is only sold in the Coach store. Don't go to Betsy's and see a Coach bag and think that that's actually a real Coach bag. It ain't. Only Coach is authorized to sell Coach products. Okay. No. I'm not suffering for, you know what? One thing I've been fortunate about, Crystals, I don't have rheumatoid arthritis. I barely have any arthritic episode whatsoever. People have gone up to Man Mini, on the down low, and they've said, "Man, your husband, he could still walk down the street. My old man, he's stuck using a walker, And so here we are walking, 45 minutes down to from the condo here, from the apartment down to the Galleria. 45 minutes, like nothing, like nothing, like nothing. Was I aching the next day? A little bit. I've got Skechers. I'm wearing Skechers. We use Skechers on the hike. So I got my Skechers here. I got my what's that brand with the N? What's the brand with the N? They say that are made. What is it?
New Balance.
New Balance. I got New Balance. I got these Skechers. I don't know if those are considered quality shoes. And I got Nike. I got my bright blue Nikes. What else do I have? I got what other shoes do I wear? What are the shoes? What are the slippers? Crocs. Yeah. I got my Crocs. Sometimes I won't wear my Crocs for long distance, right? I'll usually wear my Skechers because they're very comfortable. Tobias says, Mike, I have been down the mall many times. I lived in Queens and North Van and by the cop shop in West Van. I drank in English Bay at Stamps Landing. Wow. Hi, Girly Senna's here. Welcome. 10 million people in the house. I'm surprised that we don't have 20 million because soon we'll be having the big giveaway. Dan does not know how long he's going to last. All right, what are the other brands? Dan doesn't know because I'm getting the head cold. The pharmacy doesn't open until 9 or 10. I wasn't able to get down there this morning in order to get the head clear. Oh, look, I'll be damned. M&M and Hershey is on the list. Another thing that Filipinos are fond of is imported chocolate. Imported. So now, if you go in the 7-Eleven, because I was just there, and you look for the M&Ms. Do we have M&Ms in the house? Can you grab me that jar of M&Mini? These M&Ms are not USA M&Ms. Tox Vlogs can testify. Mike at Hey Joe did me one hell of a favor that I still owe him for, He said, don't worry, Dan, about paying me back. No. This was really, really important, Mike muled over for me some real Hershey's chocolate kisses. I will be forever grateful. We were able to get those over to Tox at Tox Vlogs. She loved them. And they came with made in the USA. It's the only way you can get them here because Hershey has a deal. These are made in Malaysia. Folks. These are made in Malaysia. They're not made. They don't come from the USA. They don't taste the same. So if you go in the 7-Eleven and you look, I'm going to take a yellow one. I'm going to do a taste test for you. No. This is not the same. Not even the chocolate one. It's the same. It's not. This comes from Malaysia. Charam is here. Charam's in the house. Folks, that's why they want you to fill up a Balikbayan box with Hershey's and send it over here. M&M's, Hershey's chocolate kisses for your girlfriend, and for Tox, beautiful Tox, who I understand recently became engaged to a fine person. Charam's here. Tobias is saying, Dan, you need What? Aleve, ibuprofen, and Mounds bars. Oh man, if you bring all that, I'm gonna listen. I almost said I'll buy you a steak dinner, but then I said, wait a minute. I know how much steak dinners cost in the Philippines, so no, that ain't gonna happen. You sit down for a steak dinner in the Philippines, you're going to be paying $50 a plate. I already know this. $50 a plate for a decent steak dinner in the Philippines. So I can't repay you that way because I'm too cheap. Next up, Oreo cookies. Again, Oreo cookies taste different here in the Philippines, but that brand is available here. But I like the Filipino brand peanut butter cookies better than I like these Oreos. I have tried both of them. I've tried the Oreo cookies and I've tried the Filipino brand peanut butter cookies. Tim is saying most Philippine chocolate will give me a migraine headache, which lasts for days. That's probably because, they don't filter out the arsenic the way that they do in the U.S. All right, we already talked about this one, but it's on the list. It is on the list. So this really is goes along with the subject matter of today. Is it a little bit of heaven or is it a little bit of hell? And Quaker Oats. Now listen, I have found that Quaker Oats, I got confused when I first started buying Quaker Oats here. The reason is because, yeah, that's good, Mike. Yeah, that's right. Right before Halloween. Oh, no, the sale afterwards. You just scoop. Yeah, that's what you're saying. The sales that go on afterwards where you get the candy for pennies on the dollar. Candy is filling up the shelves in Walmart and Costco, Sam's Club and the like. You just go in there and buy it all up, put it in a Balik Bayan box, and ship it over to the Philippines. 10 million people in the house. We're giving away 300 pesos today. There's only 10 million people in the house. Charmaine is here. All right. Here's what confused me. Instant oatmeal. I couldn't figure out which one was the instant and which one was the regular oatmeal. If it says, now correct me if I'm wrong, Crystals or anyone else in here, if it says 5-minute oats, that's the regular oats. Anything less than there, like 1 minute, 2 minutes, that's the instant. But I don't know why they do that in the Philippines, but they put 5-minute cooking time. And that's how you know you got old fashioned. It doesn't say old fashioned. They don't like the word old in the Philippines. Besides that, there aren't many old people here. Mostly people here are young. They won't buy anything that says old on it, apparently. Let's see, the chocolate used in formulated so it doesn't melt in the Philippines. Yeah, they're probably using paraffin wax in there because that keeps it from melting. Tobias is saying, Dan, check out a place called The Hangout for steak. It's about $20. And there's a place called Buko Seaside Bar and Grill in Cebu. You have to Google it. Okay, we're going to do that. Because one of those, I think that would make a great video, is doing a steak dinner, a steak dinner video. Edward D. Beck is here saying they sell Nike for less outside the USA. Mike Married is saying, I don't know, I missed it. Let's go on to the next product. Well, my experience going into the Nike store is they're you're going to pay the same price as you do in America for them. Just like when you go into because we went and we looked, and just like you're going, we looked at Ayala, so I could be that specific saying that we looked in the Nike store at Ayala because Minnie was looking for a new pair of zapatos. But so just like going into Starbucks, you're still going to pay $3 and $4 for a cup of coffee. Just like going into Nike, you're going to pay the same price. But that's not to say that they don't put brands on sale. They put their brand on sale. See, they do. They put it on sale. They put certain slow movers. You'll get in there, you'll get a deal on a slow moving item. And man, Minnie is lucky because she could buy her brand name shoes in the kids section. So she gets a little discount doing that. What's number 10 item on our list? Pringles. Oh my God. Those should be illegal anywhere in the world, right? Where you take what are those? Potato buds that they're reconstituted potato chips. Is that what they are? They should be illegal all over the world. Can't help myself for saying that. You just should not be allowed to sell those anywhere in the US of A. I have to blow my nose. I could feel the snot running down my face. Yeah, I have New Balance, Edward. I have New Balance. It's owned by Larry Noonbush. He owns Noonbush shoes and Skechers. I got Skechers on. I got New Balance over here that I bought before coming over here to the Philippines, and all that's working out just fine. I haven't worn out a pair of shoes yet, but I think the timing is good that when we go over there, man, Minnie, go back to the States, we'll load up on I'll buy a couple of pair of shoes, some bras, some panties and things like that. Put them all in the Balikbayan box. Finding my size here in the Philippines is hard. I look into men's shoes and yeah. It is a problem if you have big feet. It is a problem. A lot of times you have to go to the sorry stores that bring in U.S. goods. And then you have to be the first in line. Once you know they got a new shipment in, a new 20-foot or 40-foot container came in, they do in Bye Bye City Leyte, they line them up on the right there on the Baywalk once a new shipment comes in, and people just like swarm them. They're just like all over those shoes, Tim is saying Texas Roadhouse sells the steak I enjoy at twice the price. Twice the price is probably twice as nice. Mawilma 3 is in the house. I got all the Mawilmas here, 13 million. We're building up. We're building up a few people. I hate to have the drawing like right now, and there's only 15 million people in the house. Larice is here saying hello to Crystal's Adventure. Princess Sarah's in the house. Maybe you guys are just getting up. Edward D. Beck is saying Hershey is right around the corner from where I live. Hey, can you do me a favor and go over and buy a truckload, and we'll figure out a way to mule them over here to the Philippines? Try to make double money off of them. Sell them to the expats. Oh, number 11, Kit Kat bar. Don't know anything about it. I never was impressed with the whole Kit Kat campaign, where you break off the piece and Kit Kat bar. That thing? That thing I found to be a boring marketing strategy, but no more or less of a failure. Obviously, more of a success than Budweiser. Listen, you can't save Budweiser brand now. Budweiser brand is destroyed forever. The only way you're going to be able to save Budweiser, if you have a chance at all, is you have got to go in there and go back to the Budweiser Frog campaign and start all over again. And the reason why I'm saying that is because it takes years and years, decades, in order to build a beer brand, and it only takes a few weeks in order to destroy it. Lots of ketchup. Did you guys catch that I spelled Heinz wrong in my video? I spelled it with a T, and that's not right. I apologize for that. That is not right. But by the time I had realized that I misspelled it and I wanted to go in and correct it, the video had already gotten like 200 views. I couldn't go back in there and correct it. It was too late. I would have lost the view count. Tim is saying finding size 10.5 shoes is very difficult here. All right, so next, Kit Kat bar, I'm not a fan of. Number 12 is Tide. Tide. Again, Tide is marketed in the little the little packets, the satchels or sachets. What do they call them? And that's because they can afford to buy them in those little tiny satchels. And so you'll buy a thing. In my opinion, you use way too much detergent here, y'all. Y'all use way too much detergent. And so whenever we go to the laundry and we're doing, especially when we're doing fluff and fold drop off, I'll have to tell them no bleach, minimal amount of Tide, please. Because they like pouring all that crap in there. And then the Downy. Oh, good Lord, the Downy. Oh my God. I can't even stand the smell of it. I don't care how little you use. I can't stand it. I understand the theory. I understand why you have to use Downy, right? But no, no Downy, please. No Downy, no Tide. And they look at you like, what's the matter with you? We don't use Downy. Use very little soap. If you wanted to wash it in just warm water, that would be fine by me. Edward D. Beck saying it's the alkaline in the chocolate that is the difference. So that sounds right to me. That sounds right. Good morning, Michelle. How are you? 13 million people in the house. 13 million people at a time when we're going to have we're going to pull a magic number out of the Ziploc bag for 300 pesos. I just can't hardly believe it. People must have an appointment this morning. I thought it was summertime and school was out. The kids are out of school. All right. No, you're wrong, Dad. Of course, I'm always wrong. Let's see. What else? Lysol. Okay. Minnie and I had this conversation this morning about the Lysol. I said, have you seen Lysol on the shelf? Minnie, have you?
Yeah, they have in Metro.
Well, how come we're not using it to disinfect everything in here? Huh? Why aren't we doing that? Let's use that. Let's use Lysol in here. Can we see if they have it at the? We could buy later. Okay, she says she knows they have it on the shelves. Yeah, there's how much do they charge your clothes? I think they're well, it's all over the place. You know, you could find deals per kilo. What did we pay last time we had the clothes done?
200.
200 for how many kilo?
It's like 1 kilo. Sometimes.
No, it wasn't 1 kilo. It was up to so many kilo. It was 200 for.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like 40 or 50 per kilo, something like that. We do the stuff that we could wash out in the room. We just wash it out and hang it. For example, I have those quick dry underwear. Yeah, I don't want to reveal all my secrets, but the quick dry the traveling underwear that you get from those stores, the travel stores and the sporting goods stores, that's what I have. So those are the quick dry ones that you just wash them out in the sink, wring them out, hang them, and in 10 minutes they're dry. And I have those for underwear, socks, and sometimes even I have a couple of t-shirts. But I left the t-shirts at the house, unfortunately. I don't know why. Oh, yo. I'm not using Downy Dan. My little boy is allergic to it. And that's how I feel about it. I feel like there's something that just doesn't. Okay, Edward is saying the quick oats are 5-minute oats and they are pre-cooked instant too. All right. So there are no old-fashioned oats in the Philippines. So that means that's another thing to bring in the Balik Bound box, because Edward said there's no old-fashioned, or 5-minute oats are also instant. So anyway, I go with the 5-minute oat because that's all they got on the shelf. I don't know where to get the all natural, except maybe there is a brand new all natural food store that I showed you guys that just opened up, but I can't see how they can make any money. I think they're it's a beautiful store packed with all kinds of crap. The problem is it's too little too late. In other words, now that Amazon is here and Lazada, that's who their competitors are. I went in there and I had a little quick talk with the manager about that. And I said, hey, good luck to you guys. But if you notice, everybody's just coming in here looking at the brands. They're not buying anything. And then the manager goes, yeah, why is that? I noticed that. Why is it? Why aren't they buying anything? Because they're doing what they do in the States. They're scoping out the brands and they're ordering them online through Lazada. And so, of course, that wasn't something that they wanted to hear, but I'm a keen observer of the human condition. What can I say? Michelle's here. Girly Senna's here. Thank you for showing up. 13 million people in the house. Sek Bucci is here. Okay, Lysol is here. And I was asking Ma'am Minnie, and she didn't say one way or the other. I said, we need to get some Lysol here. So those are American products that we know absolutely for sure, and based on this article, are here. And they're more and more American products showing up every day. Abkush Entertainment's in the house. Tim says they sell quick oats because some seniors won't live long enough to cook 5-minute oats. Oh, okay. If it weren't for the fact that you're senior, well, then yeah. Then I would probably say, well, that wasn't a nice thing to say, right? Oh, man, I'm shaking the bag up. I'm getting itchy to draw. I'm getting itchy to draw 300 peso winner. Yeah, I know. You guys were waiting. You guys thought that I was going to draw later in the stream. Good morning, Abkush Entertainment. Welcome to the live. Michelle, welcome. ABCM's hanging in there. Look at this. I just want to. So here's the other thing. So about whether the Philippines is your heaven or hell. For me, I haven't experienced any kind of hellish situation that I can share with you. It's all been, yeah, you're a junior senior. That's right, Tim. I wish I had something, for you. But I'm going to tell you one thing, though, that when you come to the Philippines, one thing that you better have when you're going out in public is have a smile on your face. I think I mentioned that before. You best have a smile on your face and never challenge a Filipino or Filipina on anything that you're here. If you're here and you're in their space, you're in their country, never challenge them, never have an argument, never even approach getting close to having an argument with somebody here in the Philippines because you're a guest in their country, and they won't understand that you're the conflict anyway. In other words, when you go there, you can complain if you want, but they don't understand even that you're lodging a complaint. They won't even understand it, And I'll tell you why. Because see, for example, this morning we had a little tabletop mess, in the McDonald's. Somebody didn't wipe it off very well, and all we really had to do was point this out, and then someone comes running over and they're cleaning and accommodating very, very quickly. And so when you have folks that are that nice and accommodating, it's almost impossible to have any kind of, they will do everything they possibly can in order to avoid having some kind of a conflict with anyone. And so the whole thing is that this is the way it is in the Philippines. So if you go up and you say you're not satisfied with something, you would say it that way. But you're not going to, number one, it's not like a challenge like in the United States. Like, hey, I bought this 6-pack of something and it's missing, it's missing one. Okay, so, so sorry that happened to you, sir. That's what you're going to get. 99.9%. So sorry, sir, that happened. Right? But they won't know how to resolve your issue. They won't know how to resolve it. They have no experience with people complaining. See, that's what the problem is. Because Filipinos don't complain. And so you don't complain either, is going to be my advice. And Janzel is here. So because, number one, it's not going to get you very far. And number two, it's not part of their culture. So you just go happy-go-lucky. So anytime that I've ever wanted to complain about something, I have gotten this far. I might have see, it's dangerous to point a finger. That's the other thing. Do not point fingers. And that is something that I have to get out of the habit of doing. But if you walk out of the house every day and you just have a smile on your face, that's going to get you a long way, through the day. Dan is slowing down. He's running out of Bavarian cream donuts in his bloodstream. In other words, that is going to go a long way in avoiding conflicts with anybody. Even if you get the urge to, there's something about having a smile on your face that changes your whole persona, your whole perspective on the day. And so whenever I've gone into, like I talked about the 7-Eleven, the change guy, and how it made me chuckle, all you can do is laugh at certain things that occur and then just forget about them, because you have to think about what's the impact to your life. Is it a huge impact? But 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a minor impact on your life. It's not going to have any impact on your happiness whatsoever. So when you go down the street, you're saying good morning to people. You're saying good afternoon, good evening. How's everything going? I hope you're having a nice day, or you're wishing people a nice day. That goes a long way, but that's the way it is here in the Philippines. People will always say that to you. And so you say it first to them. And it goes a long way. Those are the people that are going to come and help you if you find yourself in a moment of distress. Yes, when you smile, the whole world smiles with you. Deal with Filipino people is all about saving face. And so you don't put them in a situation where you don't allow them room to make good on whatever has happened. Or if they just shrug their shoulders, accept that as being their message, that there's nothing they can do or nothing that they're willing to do about it. But most of the time, it's not that they're not willing to correct something. It's a plain fact that they've never had to deal with it before, because the Americans or the Westerners seem to be the only ones complaining. Madeline is here. That's the point that I was trying to make. And so that's going to have a huge impact on whether you view the Philippines as being your heaven or your hell. And so I don't run across very many foreigners that are complaining all the time. I just don't. I know that people have said on their channel, stay away from the complaining foreigners. We have some people coming over here. They think it's the USA and they could just go walking down the street complaining about everything. The sun's not shining, and it's a crappy day, and of course, a Filipino may not answer you. They may not respond to you, but they'll be thinking to themselves and keeping it to themselves, but they'll be thinking, well, why don't you go back to your own freaking country then? Why are you coming here spreading your hate? So let a smile be your umbrella. Here you will end up with a mouthful of rainwater. So far it's working, it's working well for me. And I think that's one of the reasons why everything is, retirement in general is going great. Of course, the critique could be, you could say that, well, you haven't lived here long enough, Dan. You haven't seen how ridiculous of a place this is. No, I don't. I tend not to look at all the negative stuff. I'm not saying I look at all the positives, but I try not to dwell on the negative stuff either. So Mike is saying, someone said as a foreigner, if we are offered alcohol, we can't say no. I don't drink. I say no. What do you think? I think you just let them know that here's how it goes for me, right? Because you never know. I get handed a drink and I'm okay with taking a sip of something, right? Oh, that's delicious. Even lying when it's disgusting. But I think you just tell them, oh, I can't accept it. I apologize, but it doesn't hurt to go the distance and say the reason why if you want to, they'll understand with an explanation. It works the same way it does anywhere else in the world. Have you ever noticed that when raising a kid, right? This is one thing I never could learn the lesson. My friends would try and help me, and then they finally gave up on me. But when you're trying to train a kid how to do something, you can't give them part of the story. You have to give them the whole sentence. And I found this is true not only with children, but with adults too. And it's the same no matter where you are in the world. If you say, don't stick your finger in this light socket right here, you can't just say that. So in other words, you have to tell them the reason why. You have to give them the whole story, and then they understand. They understand, oh, if you put your finger in there, that could kill you because there's a shock. And you explain that electricity travels through this, and it makes this work. If you spend a few moments and you explain all that stuff, but in the States, that's not how we do. We beat our kid. It's the weirdest thing, where we go to our kid, our little tiny baby who doesn't know anything. The only thing a little child knows is love, right? We go there and we go like this. Don't touch that. God dang it. I told you not to touch that. Next time you touch that, I'm going to smack the living daylights out of you. And a little kid only knows about love. Thank you so much, Pinky Gray. Nice to see you. How are you? I love your little miniature vending machine. I want to get me one. Pinky, send me a message. Send me a PM. Let me know where to get one of those little vending machines. I love it. So I tell them I'm an alcoholic. They ask why. I explain to them, but the next day they ask again. Yeah, that's kind of funny, but I know it's true. I just tell them I can't drink due to my medication. There you go. That would shut them down. Oh, I'm taking special medication that won't allow me to drink. If I drink, I will die. There you go, right? And so you may have to explain it once or twice before you get the message. This I never could understand, this right here. Look, even I want to play with it. Don't. I don't get it, Even today, I don't understand it. I've never seen anybody treat their child like that here in the Philippines, thank God. For some reason in the West, this is an East-West kind of thing. A child here, even if they don't take the time to explain, they will lift the child up and move them over, and get them interested in playing with a toy like a flying robot or something like that. Here in the U.S., they just smack them. Push, push, push. Oh, so what makes the Philippines heaven versus hell for me, right? All the reasons that you think. Good morning, Abby. If I drink, I probably would die. So you're telling them the truth. If I drink, I will die. That's it, So anyway, I think yes. I think it comes into play. Why am I happy? Why am I happy here? I mean, there is nothing like. I mean, once you leave, the United States, and you travel anywhere in the world, it hardly matters where you go, and you see the way the rest of the world lives. You realize, or I realize, I can only speak for myself, my own experience, what a bubble I was living in. And then realize, second to that there cannot be another place like the U.S. where you live in a bubble and you work day and night in order to make your nut every day. And that is your entire life until the day you die. Your own miserable existence. And so, yes, it was miserable for me. I'm admitting it. But I only discovered that upon leaving, you see, but I knew about it because I traveled a lot. And so, but you only seem to discover it once you make that decision that, hey, I'm leaving that mess behind. And so one of the things that, that's up here is not, number one on that list is not to return. When I say I'm going back to the States and we're going to be buying our tickets, right, for a quick 2-week visit, my stomach starts to become upset. The reprogram has already occurred. I start getting really, really upset, and I start feeling all these weird stressors, all these fears, start to show up. It is strange, even though I know that this is stupid, Dan. This is stupid to be feeling all these things, to get an upset stomach, to get a headache, to feel the stress. In fact, so it's so pervasive that I keep delaying the purchasing of the tickets. Do some of you understand that? My thought is not. Um, I know there are a lot of YouTubers out there that are saying, "Do not take your Filipina to the West." Dang, I'm kind of getting the notion of what of the reason why they're saying that. Why would you want to put them in that hellhole? That is the West, the United States in particular, California more specifically. Why would you want to put them through that pain and suffering? I have no idea. If you really love someone, if you love someone, would you say, "Oh, let's go to the West. Let's go to California. They got white sandy beaches there and crystal blue water. They got and then you're intended to scratch your head going, "We don't have that here. We have that someplace here in the Philippines. We got white sandy beaches and crystal clear water." Oh my God. Don't want any Philippine to get westernized. It's more about more than just becoming westernized. You have to define what that means to you, Tim. It has to do with Minnie Snows here. It has to do with bringing them in this hellhole where you have to work them day and night. And then when they come home, they don't understand why they have to turn over their paycheck to you in order to make the mortgage payment. That's what I'm talking about. They won't understand it. They understand about earning money and sending it home to their family. That's the world that they know, because that's what they're already doing. They appreciate the opportunity to be able to work in the West. They just won't understand why they got to come and make an economic contribution to the household. They won't understand that. And so that's something that I never asked Minnie to do. That's something that I said, no, this is a formula for failure. We're never going to do it. And so those things you have to be made aware of, whenever you're making that decision. So in 20 years ago, when Minnie and I were getting to know each other and stuff like that, and we brought it to the West, things were different. Things were way different than they are now. And so only one half a generation being 40 years, things have changed in a really bad way in the West. And so would I consider doing it again today? No. Hell no. It's no and hell no. Don't do it. Don't do it. So anyway, where are we? Let me bring up my list, because we're going to draw for that 300 pesos. We're going to draw for that 300 pesos. If I could just find my list, Minnie. What happened to my list? The 114 and above list. 114 and above. I had it sitting here and then it disappeared. You know what happened?
There's nothing here.
I think the helicopter guy blew the other part of that list
In the corner.
on the floor. Where's it? Oh, it's down here. Thank you. My eyesight is terrible. My eyesight is getting terrible. So, okay, 13 million people in the house, so be it. Let me bring up this list here for 300 peso winner. You must be present to win. Everybody knows you must be present to win. I got it on my phone. Let's see. All right, so I hope it doesn't disappear on me. It keeps moving because You know, I'm low tech Dan. That's the reason why. All right, man, Minnie, come on over here and let's pull out the first number. Okay, if you pick me, give to Menge. All right, we will, Mike. I hope you win.
Hi, everybody. Good morning.
Ma'am Minnie is here. You can
Hi,
hear her
Minnie.
voice.
Beautiful.
Ay, oh, yay. Let me move the. Here she is. All right. Go ahead, Ma'am Minnie.
Here.
What number do you have? Let me see. Let me see. We haven't pulled this one before.
It's a
20.
lucky number.
20. Number 20. Who is number 20? Number 20, call out. Number 20. Going once is Cha Ram. Holy smokes, Cha Ram is here.
Congrats.
Number 20 is Cha Ram. First call out. Number 20 is Cha Ram. Second call out. Number 20 is Cha Ram. Third call out. You got to say
Hello,
present.
Richie. Hello, Laurie.
She was here. Cha Ram was here.
Hi, Kristen.
Number 20
Hi, Sir
is
Ken.
Cha Ram. Must say present. Fourth call out.
Kristen.
Oh my gosh, Dad, to let you know how lucky you are. Minnie is so
Hi,
guapa.
Sir
Yes,
Mike.
she is. She is a beautiful woman.
I'm getting old.
No, don't talk about age. No, we don't.
Guapa.
Hey, wait, I don't see her. Fifth call out for Cha Ram. I don't see Cha Ram. She was here earlier, wasn't she?
Hello to Ate.
So, okay, Cha Ram, I did
Sir.
not get a say present. So we're gonna have to move on.
What about this?
We're gonna have to move on.
Oh.
All right, pick another one. Here we go.
Uh-oh.
Next
Another
one. Next one is
69.
all right. Minnie's favorite number, 69. 69 is the first call out is number 69.
Hi,
Minnie Snow.
Charmin.
First
Good
call
morning.
out for Minnie Snow, number 69. I thought I saw Minnie Snow here too. Minnie Snow, say
Oh,
present.
that's Minnie Snow.
Second call out for Minnie Snow, say present. Third call out for Minnie Snow, say present. I don't see Minnie Snow here. Did she say present already?
I don't know what's that.
No. Fourth call out, number 69, Minnie Snow, say present. I don't see it. I just don't see it. Fifth and there. Okay, fifth and final call out
Congrats.
for Minnie Snow is today's winner. 300 pesos today. Congratulations.
Lucky, 300 today.
All right, it was a little bit shorter live than I like to do due to the nose thing that I got going on, and so Larry, if you're in here and you'd like to lead us out of this, we really appreciate it. Lead us out with your words of wisdom. I'll wait here till it shows up, and don't forget to enjoy those toy videos shorts. I'll have another one. I'm posting one every day. Every day I'll come up with a new idea and share it with you. Some of them go and some of them die. What are you gonna do, right? You're welcome, Minnie Snow. Let's see if Larry is here to give us the closing words of wisdom. Thank you, man. Minnie Snow says.
You're welcome.
Goodbye, everyone. Have a great
Bye,
day
everyone.
from Tobias. I don't see Larry. Larry's working, you know. Larry's working, so he might be tied up. All right, everybody. As usual, be kind to each other. Have a great rest of your day. And we'll see you on the next live.
Bye, guys.
Bye,
Take care. Have a
everybody.
good day.